November cool here. Alright, chat, YouTube, it's deck time. This time for Sultai, Rakshasa's Bargain, Frog, Oculus, Unearth. You know it, you love it, you've seen it a lot. It's kind of fallen off in favor of the Murktide deck, but we're going to revisit the Oculus now that we have Rakshasa's Bargain, which is 3 mana instant speed. Look at the top 4 of your library, put 2 of them in your hand, and the rest in the graveyard. So you can bin the Oculus, take the Unearth, for example. We have 4 copies to consider. Little cantrip, bin stuff in the graveyard. A couple copies of Spell Snare to counter 2-drops, and trade up on mana. 4 copies of Fatal Push, for which we need removal. A couple copies of Thoughtseize for hand disruption. 4 copies of Unearth to return said Oculus. 4 copies of Counterspell, because we have to hold up mana with Rakshasa's Bargain. A couple copies of Bowmaster. 4 Frogs, 4 Oculus, 3 Force of Negation, 3 Subtlety for our free spells, and of course the Rakshasas. Mana base wise, a couple copies of Breeding Pool, 2 Gloomlake Verge, 1 Hedge Maze, 1 Island, 4 Misty, 4 Polluted Delta, 1 Swamp, 1 Undercity Sewers, a couple copies of Watery Grave, 1 Verdant, and a Sink into Stupor. As for the sideboard, we got 4 copies of Consign Memory for Eldrazi, 1 Stern Scolding for Energy, a couple more copies of Thoughtseize for the unfair decks, some Veil of Summers for the Mirror, Collector Ouphe for the artifact heavy decks, and then a couple copies of Dismember for Ketramos. Maybe there should be an Abrupt Decay or 2 in the sideboard for the Frog Mirror. Could trim here and play 2 Abrupt Decays, but I think that's okay. Abrupt Decay is very good if the Frog Mirror is popular. Play against Skelementals. Oh no. Yeah, God bless this DB account sometimes. What does it think our last league was? Oh, yeah, why is it bugged? Our last league was 2-3, right? I still got a mod playable card? I think so. That card's kind of good. Alright, Mr. Skelemental's opponent. That's even what you really are. I think this opponent actually does only play Skelemental. Thunderkin Awakener. We're bringing back a Thunderkin Awakener. Ouch. Take 1. I gotta play Frog here. Frog. Go. Unfathomably based. If I'm gonna lose my hand to Skelemental, I might as well discard my hand to Frog anyways. My Frog. Rip. Probably not getting Skelemental this turn though. Unless they mill it here. Or unless they have another Faithless Looting to bin it. We're gonna Unearth the Frog and then hold Counterspell also. One of many Counterspells inevitably. Vine Lasher? Is this an elemental or something? No, it's a lizard assassin. I forgot this thing's an assassin. Ezio would be proud. I mean, I guess I'm countering it. I don't know. 2 lashers is a lot of lashers. Honk. 1 card, please. Ooh. Maybe we main phase, go bargaining? Nah, that can't be right to do it main phase. That's a pog draw. I'm very excited to cast it. My excitement is immeasurable. The looter. They hit me with a Skelemental. They hit me with a Skelemental. Oh no, they're gonna hit me with a Skelemental. Okay, let's crack this for Island, and then let's go digging for Fatal Push. Sheesh. Put 2 of them in your hand. 2 of them? Ooh, yeah. I get dos cardos. Stock up instant speed. Bins the rest of the cards. Insane. All it looks at for -1. Tough. Stock up who? Stock the what? Spy Masters Vault. Yeah, they're playing Cursed Rakshasa. That's unbelievably based. Wait, that's actually just Memory Deluge, but better. Putting a decay counter on my Oculus. Decays my eyeball. Refuses to elaborate. Oh, look, another eyeball. Nifty. Goodbye, eyeball. Return to me, eyeball. Eyeball, you ball, we all ball. For eyeball. Spell Snare finally live. Oh, I should have tapped Breeding Pool. Surely I won't get punished for this, though. Bolts my manifest. My manifesto. Wait, that means something else. Alright. I have like no graveyard hate in the sideboard either. Potentially an oversight on my part. Agree to oversight. Spell Snare seems kind of mid-minus against them. Maybe I want to take like Dismember instead. I could also bring in Veil of Summer if I think they're gonna have discard spells. I do have Fatal Push already. Let's drop Force of Negation. I guess Stern Scolding's pretty good against whatchamacallit as well. Yeah, this was a good first match with Rakshasa's Bargain. No matches have happened prior to this one match. His hand's gas. Probably too many Veils on the board. Bloodghast, Flare of Malice, Rakdos Charm. What? In blue-green. Rakdos Charm is crazy work. Village Rites. 2 Bloodghasts. Alright, I can't beat that. It's a wrap. Nobody's ever beaten 2 Bloodghasts before. Ah, Push Fatale. Wait, hold on. I see Nezco talking shit. I want to know that 1, I call my shots, and 2, it's not my fault Dingo kept Trip Fatal Push against Tron land. I didn't know it was Tron. I was on a mulligan at 6, my hand sucked. I had no lands. Don't push it. Don't push it. Okay. Always turn 1. I haven't seen Tron in like actual years. I know we just played Tron, but aside from me playing Tron, I haven't played against Tron in ages. I would have taken like normal Eldrazi over Tron. I have no land hate. None land hate. No. I don't even think they're playing Myco Spawn. I was probably just gonna get turn 3 Ugin and have to deal with it. At least they had a pretty anemic turn here. Now it's time to bargain. tremendously good at handling a 9 loyalty planeswalker that drew a card and exiled my permanent. Rakshasa. That's fine. You may have Rakshasa, but I got Rakshasa's bargain. Yeah, we're playing as Skelementals. Let's take Frog Oculus. Hold priority, cast all 3, kill the Ugin. Big Skellies here. That's a problem now, isn't it? Is bargain better than Storm's Ransom? Yeah. Taking 8. I'm alive. For now. If I go to 1. If I go to 1, I can flip this Oculus face up. And still hold up Counterspell. Yeah, what are they gonna do? Play a Vine Lasher in the land? Oh my god, I forgot they had Vine Lasher. Kill me if you can. That card will kill me. Cannot let you cast that. I'm dead. Tragic. Maybe they didn't have land. I should have just gambled. Or maybe Veil Summer's ass. Probably better than Thoughtseize, though. Ew. Mmm. Hand's like 10 times better. Honestly, they draw so many cards. I don't want to drop the Unearth, but Unearth's like kind of good too, no? If I drop Fetch Land, might be greedy. Okay, should have put back the Unearth. Should have known. Indubitably. The Bowman's here. Block. Roge. Like Madge, but Frog. I can see the vision. Now it's back. Guess who's back? It's the Lightning Skelemental. Yeah, I don't have an answer to ley line. Magic Leyline's Bowmaster Psychic Frog. Are we conniving on this thing? I don't know if that's the move. They've been to Bloodghast. They have one sink, not Odawara. So they got one more Bloodghast in here. Alright, Cursed Rakshasa. Yep. Oculus. I probably have to fatal push this Rot Cursed. We're not in a good spot at all. But I also have to play this Frog. If I Frog, I discard 5. It might be better just play Frog and say go. Hope they don't have fatal push. I have to discard 4 and then make it a 5/6. So I can block the Rot Cursed. Probably my best win condition though. The way this game's going. Not like most of these do anything anyways. Like these two do, these two don't. I also take 5, but I feel like taking 5 is probably a bad proposition into the double Bloodghast. Maybe I do take 5 though. I was gonna discard my entire hand of the Frog. I feel like that's my best win condition, but is Counterspell Fatal Push valuable? Kinda. Take 7 here. Yeah, they could decay the Frog. Been another Bloodghast and a Rot Cursed Rakshasa. Bold. Has a bold draw too. See if it pays off. Sack the Boy. I can get back 3 Bloodghasts. I can deal 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 if I discard everything. I could kill them on the crackback depending on what they have. This match is getting close. Fatal pushes the Bowmaster token. And not the Frog. Land, and then bringing back a bunch of Bloodghasts. Okay. That's not great. Yeah, I'm gonna die to decay pretty hard, I think. Discard Oculus. Discard Counterspell. And the bargain. Just keep a lonesome fatal push here. That kills me. I need to play fetch land and not die to that. Card game. That game slapped. It's unfortunately it's out of business now. They went bankrupt after Wizards sued them. Sadly. That game was amazing though. Looks like we're up against Energy probably. But it was a card game that was on Steam. It was fully digital. It was amazing. It was such a good card game. They started at 20 life, and that's why they got sued by Wizards, because they started at 20 life. I want to force this, kind of. Yeah, the socket mechanic was the best. Pretty much you could socket gems into cards and then change the ability on cards to exactly what you needed it to be before you go into deck registration. So if you're like, oh, I want to have my card be good against this matchup, you could just socket a different gem into it. And it made like the gameplay really exciting and interesting because people would just socket different gems at different times. You're like, oh, this deck's getting really popular. Let me socket this gem that counters this deck. Bowmaster is Manamorphose. Whatever that's worth. Which I think is not much. Unearth not so good here. Bonk. I don't really want to main phase this Bowmaster because I kind of want to bluff some sort of counter magic. I don't have any, but I want to bluff one. I got to play test the last set of Hex TCG that never got released because the headquarters for Hex TCG was in Lake Forest, California, and I drove down like an hour and a half to go play test the last set that never got released and help them like tweak it and tune it. It was super cool. The entire team was honestly very friendly, and I wish the game continued to exist. But it got to the point where they just like couldn't pay their artists because of the lawsuit with WotC, which is very sad. So that game had a lot of potential. They also did all their playtesting and R&D. They printed out all of these digital cards and just played in paper like they were designing it or like they were playing in the digital client but on tabletop. And that was kind of interesting too. Oh boy. Bowmaster triggers. Archon Persist just 5-0'd. True. Nah, you can't really play it anymore. Actually, I don't even know if it's still available on Steam. I don't know if they ever took it off of Steam or not. But they stopped adding content to the game years ago. But it had like a single player story mode. It had, tournaments, in client tournaments, just like Magic Online. They had weekly 1Ks. It was so well run. My favorite part was the trading system, actually. Because instead of like an open market, which they did like have a Steam market, they had the trading system in that game is you just mailed people stuff. And then they could go pick up, like if I borrowed cards from somebody, I could just mail it back to them in game, and then whenever they log in next time, the cards will just be sitting there in their mailbox. They could just go pick them back up. Penta, thank you for the 18 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Opponent's Manamorphosing into boys. Talk about Hex TCG. Definitely want the Thoughtseizes. I think maybe we can trim on Fatal Push. I don't know how many routes they're playing. Consign's not too bad either. What area of Yu-Gi-Oh did I play? I stopped when Necros was the best deck. It was right around the end of Necros is when I stopped playing. But I played all the way from like Heretics to Mermails to honestly I played before XYZs even came out. I played during like the Synchro era. Played E-Dragons. Played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, weekly 1K. They were having a hard time paying out the 1Ks also, sadly. But weekly 1Ks were sweet. Maybe Bowmasters isn't good. Bowmasters look kind of good there, but I think generally Bowmasters isn't very good. Maybe trim a Subtlety. Drop a Consider. Yeah, I played Karakuri. I think when I played Karakuri, it wasn't as good as it was during a later time. So I remember at one point hearing that Karakuri was super busted, but I think I played it when it was like pretty fair. Hand's good. This hand's kind of a Storm player's nightmare. If I just had like Force of Negation, then it'd be actually a Storm player's nightmare. When the Shogun came out, I remember Shogun, and I was playing it when Shogun was legal. But I think a point even after that, it got better. I don't remember why though. It's been so long. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In it's 2025. I got into Magic during 2012. I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably like 2010 is when I stopped playing. It's not entirely true. 'Cause I still played it like a little bit after I started playing Magic, so maybe I stopped playing around like 2014. Sadly, we don't have black mana here, so it's gotta pass. Yeah, I really liked the time when XYZ's first dropped, and it was like Rescue Rabbit, Laggy, and Dolka. I really like that format. Tour Guide. That was probably when I played the most Yu-Gi-Oh! Was during Dino Rabbits and Tour Guide Wind Up era. I need a land. None of you are lands. So I cycle. I think it's too risky to cycle. I'm just gonna discard one of these Unearths. I can discard Frog. So I can at least cycle these at their end step. Yep, $150 tour guides. Insanely expensive Laggy and Dolka as well. Yeah, I played during the Shadal and Burning Abyss era. I played a lot of Burning Abyss. But Burning Abyss got like a ton of new support after I quit playing too. I was looking at some of the like Burning Abyss cards and I was like, wow, I don't even recognize like half of these anymore. I like Edison. I was playing it with Doomwake when I went to the last RC. Burning Abyss was sweet. I just like that it was based off of Dante's Inferno. This is so sad, man. Crumb of black mana. Sorry, Subtlety. They said the Verges were free. Look at us. The thing I dislike about Edison is like I cannot figure out where to find Edison deck lists. I even asked Doomwick, I was like, where is there like an MTG Goldfish for Edison? And he's like, no. People still do like classic old school Yu-Gi-Oh deck techs on YouTube where they're like, I got 3 this, 3 that, 3 this. Just super old fashioned stuff. Format library. I've never heard of that. I'll have to check it out. Formatlibrary.com. Congrats to Dump Truck on winning SES BO4. Dump Truck. Alright. Whatever that means. You post Yu-Gi-Oh videos on my Team Whirlwind account. I feel like I've probably seen your deck tech at one point. I used to be a sucker for Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube video deck techs. I used to make some too. I deleted all of them off of my current YouTube channel, but they used to be on there. I had like a deck tech for like Dino Rabbits. By Oculus. Too much Ace and Eyes White Dragon. He like became Slaydra or something like that, and then started doing Diablo videos, right? Like PoE and Diablo videos. I don't think he plays Magic or plays Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. Return to me, Oculus. Yeah, I haven't seen his content in a hot minute. Everything's unlocked. The gang's all here. All right, 3 chance down. I got a Consign and the Spell Snare left. Tangerine about how much you hated Herald of Perfection. That was like, was it like discard a card? And then you could counter a spell, a trap, or a monster effect, right? Ah, good old Herald of Perfection. Yeah, discard a card, Solemn Judgment. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Give me a Manamorphose. Wish, Rend, Resolve. I think I just consign this. I played a hell of Dueling Network back in the day. Before YGO Pro existed. I think we're kind of in trouble here. I'm gonna be real, chat. Them having this wish, I'm scared. Oh, I should have left that on top because I could have Oculus it and then flipped it face up. We're gonna have this Oculus trigger here. I don't want to show them Spell Snare because then they'll think about it. I like the rules enforcement of YGO Pro. Mostly because the amount of times people would just like play cards incorrectly on Dueling Network was unreal. It's like, this is not how the card works. Then you have to get a judge call on Dueling Network and it takes forever. Indubitably artist talent. That one's getting spell snared. Alrighty, I'm empty handed. Kill me if you can. It's turn 8. I can't even kill him on the crackback either. They have one more turn. But they have to cast this wish now, at least. Put the wish in their graveyard for Past in Flames. And I gotta rip Counterspell off the top. Oh, it's just a Brotherhood's End. So that means they're losing the wish. That's probably pretty good for me. They're losing the wish here. I'm gonna hold that land and try to bluff something. I could play it in Surveil though. Going to 5. Don't kill me, opponent, I'll die. They have like Reducer, Past in Flames are probably pretty cooked. Ritual. Or Ritual Storm Scale. Past in Flames. Well, I'm F6'd. Yeah, it was right around Pendulums is when I stopped playing on Dueling Network. Where they started like adding more zones to the game. That's when Dueling Network became kind of a nightmare. So right around Pendulums is when I stopped playing on DN and I moved over to YGO Pro. But I didn't play that much when after Pendulums came out. That was kind of a stupid mechanic. It's like, why do you get to special summon all these things for free? Yeah, I did not like that mechanic. I was not a fan. And then they took it like a step further and they started having cards that point to other cards. And I was like, all right, I'm over it. Yeah, the zones started to change. Things started to point to other things. And I was like, all right, I can't keep up with this anymore. Every card was a small novella. Yeah, links. All right, we won. Not a good start for Frog, but maybe we can climb back here. We are done. We are. I keep this. It's a little slow. How can you tell what the card does by looking at it? Well, first you gotta read the card, and you gotta associate the card text with the card art, and then you have to look at the card art, and then dig deep to recall what the card text is. Amulet! Day Ruin. Timmy! Timmy, I got good news for you. I've been waiting all day to show this to you. We got a new emote. Lantern Vibe. That's just for you, Timmy. Just for you. Nah, that's Timmy. That's Timmy on his mobile account. I gotta pitch the Oculus here. Proud. They just didn't play a land drop. Well, I'm most certainly discarding at least these two. Map. What the frog doing? Try to have some semblance of a clock. A tap breeding pool in case we top deck Rakshasa. I don't know. I don't know what they kept. They kept Amulet. And then Amulet got countered, and they haven't cast another spell since. They cast Expedition Map and passed. I can go map for a land. That's pretty good, right? Sedge. Nothing to Unearth. That's not great either. I guess worst case scenario, if I have to counterspell something, I can counterspell, cycle Unearth, and then try to hit blue card for force. Freak Lantern? Who are you, Timmy? What'd you do with the actual Timmy? I met Frick Titan. I don't know, Timmy. You said it. You said it, not I. Let's take the Thoughtseizes. Fatal Push is a dead card. I think Bowmasters is a pretty dead card as well. Hail's not great. Collector Ouphe's not great. Stern Scolding's okay. Counters Aftermath Analyst and Friends. I think I like Spell Snare. Bargain's okay. I don't mind it. I think it's a pretty good card. The one time we drew it, we bargained into a Fatal Push that I needed, plus like Counterspell, and I was like, oh, that's kind of sweet. I binned Oculus that I unearthed. It's a pretty good card. It's like instant speed stock up that sees one less card, but it bins the rest. Is Consign even good in the meta? Well, Big Tron will tell you that it's not. Yeah, it being instant speed compared to stock up being sorcery speed is a very big difference. The splash is tough, which is why we're playing like a little bit of a scuffed mana base. Ideally, you could also play like Grist in here. I couldn't find room for Grist because I wanted to try for bargain. You might not need Ouphe anymore. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Like the same hand, but slightly worse. Well, I don't think Spell Snare is gonna hit anything. I should probably leave up Force for Amulet on one. Yeah, we gotta play Yogg if we're playing Grist. And if we're playing Grist and we're playing Yogg, we must play Young Wolf. I can see the pipeline. Oh, this list would be insane if they unbanned Uro. Rakshasa into Uro. Fire. I was trying my best not to keep a one-lander here, for the fear that I wouldn't hit my second land. But it appears they have given me no options. Okay, buddy. See you in hell. Frog. I'm just gonna cross my fingers, hope they have nothing. Surely they don't have Scape Shift, right? And a double Lotus Field in the Amulet, or into Aftermath Analyst. Ooh, Grazer, sure. Untapper. Pick up a Seidru. Not dead. I guess we consider first. Oh my god. The illusion of choice. Okay, don't try anything to kill me. Thoughtseize seemed kind of fine there. So 3 reach is like actually such a problem right now. Alright, I'm gonna let them figure out their turn chat. Somebody use the restroom. I'll be right back. Pounding the table for a grazer band. This O3's broken! Okay, I died. Not bad. Wait, did I like come back at the perfect time, like right as I died? Okay, there's a keeper. Gemstone Caverns. Whoa. I don't think I want to turn one Thoughtseize. Maybe I do. Think I amulet that way. Dude, Muggy, thank you for the deal. What 25 months? Is it a moral to rage baits altars? It can be fun sometimes, but I typically don't like to add fuel to the fire if avoidable. So it can be entertaining. That's the word we'll use. Sometimes you get timed out. Dismember Summoner's Pact. I think I could just take the Dismember. So that my Oculus survives. The Pact is like not that big of a deal, I don't think, because I have Subtlety. Honestly, I'm more concerned about this Urza Saga killing me than anything else. One stroke time. This list really suffers from not having Harbinger, I think. Maybe there's a world where you're supposed to... Let's graveyard that. No bargain. Constructs are a win con. They're getting an amulet for sure, too. Sync does answer one, but I think I'm just going to bargain here. So I could set up for like Oculus plus free spells. And Oculus is going to do a pretty good job of brick walling these. Islin. Rakshasa, I am here to bargain with you. We take two. Maybe replacement bargain, Consign a memory. Taking land wasn't the worst thing either. Eyeball. Go ahead. I don't know if this subtlety is going to be relevant. Like, I'm probably not flipping subtlety up. Bargain seems pretty good in this list. I don't know if Frogtide in general is good, but Bargain does seem good in the list if you are going to play it. The Dinosaur Eye Island. It's a dragon. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was thinking maybe the eyeball versions were better because you get to bin it with the Rakshasa. But potentially it's just worse. You should still be just playing Murktide, right? Pack time? There's Have Titan. Add Titan. How's the tea taste, opponent? Definitely gonna attack in the air with these two. Then next turn, I think we probably just consign the Titan trigger. Call it a day. Could main face the Rakshasa also. In case we find something better to do. Looking for free spells, counter spells. Another subtlety would be huge. But one's here, one's here. I don't think I have many subtleties to draw to. How about Consign? Consign counterspell. I mean, this seems pretty good now. Can like Consign Amulet trigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess we'll see what they play. Many counterspells. Can you beat many counterspells, opponent? No or no. Those are your only options. Plays the Cavern. Plays a Titan. I don't think the answer can be yes. It's no or no. Trigger. Nope. Scoop. His hand's okay. Not amazing, but it's okay. It's a little slow and clunky and plays off curve. Energy. I lose. Okay, how do we not lose? Bowmaster. Fatal push. Not that. Think that was subtlety worthy. Yeah, probably. I feel like going down 2 cards at the time feels like kind of bad though. For dealing with this one drop. I should have surveilled and then saw I wasn't drawing a removal spell or Bowmaster and then subtlety probably pitching the Oculus. Yeah, that probably double spell. The tempo is going to be insane for them. It's just like 2 for 1-ing myself to have them put this on top feels really bad. Spell Snare. Oh, good. Resolves, I guess. Alright, that one does not resolve. So I can Surveil and Counterspell. And Oculus. Hope that's good enough. But also bounce this back to their hand. So what's the logistics on bounce this back to their hand? I'll have 4 cards, 5 cards. I'm going to be 1 short though. I guess I could subtlety this back on the way down. And just like jam Oculus, hope for the best. I could have played this game much better than I did. They are missing land drops, so I should probably try to capitalize on that. I sound like I put this to the bottom. In hindsight, if I subtlety this on turn 1, it would have been crazy good. Vagabond on the bottom. They're looking for land. I think Oculus is pretty good against energy compared to Murktide. Still leaves a body left behind if I get like static prisoned or whatever. Let's go. Play poorly, win anyways. Let's go. Gotta cut 1 card here. Could be Force Negation if I think they don't have Blood Moon. If they have Blood Moon, then I should probably take out Rakshasas. Yeah, it's usually how the opposite of what Murktide does. Murktide's usually you play your heart out and then lose anyways. His hand's pretty mid. Yeah, no mistakes, just happy accidents. Keep this, put back the swamp. Trying to get Blood Moon. Get Blood Mooned a lot. I'm ready this time. Let's Ragavan on the bottom. Gotta find Frog or something. What's your 2-drop of choice? Voice of Victory. I can't let that one resolve. I will not be able to counterspell anymore if I let that one resolve. Perfect mana, though. Lage, maybe? The Ragster. Okay. They didn't dash that means they have something else to cast this turn. I think I want to counter whatever else they have. They're gonna Surgical Spell Snare. Okay. Yep. Indubitably. The old spot check, yeah. It's like they cast Gataxian Probe, but they don't get the cantrip. It's actually a pretty valid reason in this matchup. Because I am Unearthing Oculus, it's just... I have none of those available to me. Frog. Imagine I'm gonna get a Johnny now. Agony time. I got Bo Bombardo. Much prefer to see that than a Johnny here. I think I am attacking. Do an Unearth. We pass. I'm gonna get hit by this Ragavan, that's okay. I think I'd rather get hit by Ragavan than potentially whatever their next spell may be. I think holding up counterspell is more important than sinking Ragavan. Hit me, Ragavan. Make sure they're getting nothing relevant, though. Let's make sure they're getting nothing relevant first. We can surveil here and make sure they're getting nothing relevant. What a heater. What a heater of a card to surveil. My land came within Tomb. Okay, they hit Bowmasters. That's pretty good. But if they cast Bowmasters... It's Bug Eyeball. Am I countering that? Nah. Nah, that's fine. Ghost Dad, thank you for the 223 months. I appreciate you. When the bong bings. You fling this at it, fling this at it, fling this at it. Oh, they have Gelb. I could counter that. If I counter that, I'm gonna have to discard 1, 2. Just let it go. 07 Frog. You served me well. I think Oculus is just gonna take over the board anyways. So I don't feel like there's a reason to trade boards when I have like some really good cards in my hand anyways. I think I'm really scared of is like Flage maybe. But even then. Alright. That one I got a counterspell. Can't let them do that. Yeah, they don't get to attack. Rip Consider. I don't think I want to consider into this board. Yeah, I want to try Sam combo with the new card. The Harmonize Chord of Calling. At some point. Alright. Scoop. Reemergence. This deck's never beaten an Aether Vial on one in its life. Hand's okay. Boros again. I got Fed Shock Thoughtseize, which might be a little greedy. I will take Goblin Bombardment. I hope they don't draw a 2-drop. And I have Counterspell for the Fable. No problem. It's like we drew it up. And if I can consider Bin Oculus. Oof. Then we're cooking. I kind of want to Subtlety this. There's a prediction. It's over. You're too slow. Sorry. Should have played Tap Breeding Pool, actually. Would have been smart play. Ah, Boom Bust. My land. What have you done to my land? That was such a good draw. I kind of want to let this go. I am just going to let this go. I can just counter their next play for eternity. They're going to have to give this back to me anyways. If they double spell, then that might be a problem if they have like creature. But they just have Fable here. I'm just pretty happy about that. Now, do I spend Counterspell or Force of Negation? I think I spent Force of Negation. One more land and I could have 2 Counterspells up. He's done it. It's another Static Prism. No Fable. No. No. No land. Yeah, Prison is pretty terrible if you're not generating energy, turns out. 1 Oculus, please. Just scoops. Alright, Sneeze out. Stern Scolding, Dismembers. What did I board out last time? Was it a Force of Negation? Or was it an Unearth? I think it was an Unearth. I don't remember. I don't remember what happened 2 matches ago. It was a 1 match. Song's a heater. Did I trim a bargain? I think I did trim a bargain. That sounds right. Bargain's a little expensive. Urza Thopter appears to be doing pretty okay. I'm in 1 land hell. Okay. Counterspell. Yeah, the Urza Thopter lists are pretty sweet. It's like the next evolution of a Tameo Emery Moxopal deck, right? I'm pretty lucky that they didn't play anything this soon. Lucky, lucky. Might not fall super far behind now. Only mostly far behind. I actually have to counterspell that. That will kill me. I will die of cat. My gosh, the song slaps. Yep. My fatal push. It's another Oculus. Let's take Bargain Misty. No, I actually have to force this, right? Should take the second Oculus to my hand. I'm a fool. Double discharge angle. Goodbye, my son. Sadly, I think I have to let that happen. I might as well consider here. See if I can find a force, maybe. Save me, Rakshasa. Rakshasa kind of saved me. Kind of. We're not out of it yet. Discarded Flage. That's not scary at all. Well. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, 100% should have attacked before Flage. We're in very bad shape. Gotta find another, like, Unearth for this Oculus. Take me to hit off the consider. Or just another Oculus in general. Nope. Yeah, that's pretty good. Question is, I guess I have to leave the frog on defense. Defend frog. Let me live. I should do that bargain. They can copy Gaddis Souls and then just copy anything really and then double pump Gaddis Souls. Damn, we were just drawing hot today. No blocks. Oh, way too dank. So maybe want to play Swamp out. I think it's like Flage is coming as well. What are the chances I'm gonna need to Spell Snare something? I guess non-zero. They're out of Survey lands also. So maybe I don't have to worry about Flage this turn. Rip Rakshasa. My Unearths. Alright, here's the Flage. At least I can't copy Flage. I'll remember you, Frog. I'm about to deck out to my own Oculi, though. That's not great. In the air. So it's going to take 3 turns of attacking in the air. Dismember. Spell Snare. I should probably, like, at least triple block the Flage if I want to kill it. I think I do want to kill it. Maybe I could just jump and kill him on the crackback. Nah, I can't kill him on the crackback, right? One short. Yeah, I'm a little bit short actually because they gain life from the Flage. Bye-bye, Flage. Can't let them copy that with a reflection out. I will die. I'll die horribly. Still had all these, opponent. Teaches kids what Reflection Pride does. It'll win them the game on the spot. They'll make a lot of cats, and then I will die. The cats make more cats, and... well, if you know anything about how rabbits breed, cats do it more efficiently. Alright! Yeah, we gotta spade the cat. Little 4-1. Not too shabby. This was fun. It was technically 4-2 overall because we lost to Skelementals at the beginning of this league, and then we lost, and by we lost, I instantly conceded to Tron last league. So overall, I think this list is pretty sweet. Rakshasa's Bargain was amazing. This card was great. I don't know if you want to play it in the Oculus Unearth shell, but maybe you can just play it in Murktide. Just do a little bit of like swoop out and then in 4 Murktides, and I can see you're in like 3 Murktides, whatever. Pretty sweet. I think Rakshasa's Bargain is probably going to be a staple in Frog moving forward, maybe. Depends on how much the green splash gets benefited with the sideboard cards as well. Like, I don't think Veil of Summer's that great of a sideboard card at the moment. Collector Ouphe's okay, but maybe you can cut these and play like Abrupt Decay if you're scared of the mirror. Maybe some sort of like green land hit you could play against Eldrazi as well. But I would also just like put some Harbingers in the sideboard. Where's the Sultai Snake? You could play the Sultai Snake. It's probably not very good, but you could play it. You could also just play actual factual Mystic Snake. Probably also not very good. Anyway, let me pay out the believers. Wow, there's hardly any believers. Y'all hating on Rakshasa. Unbelievable. Look at yourselves. Hating on the sweet stuff. Alright, chat, let's play some Standard. We're gonna pivot on over to Standard for a little bit here.
Have you
Bing
peeked?
bong, bing bong, bing bing bong.
Have you peeked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore.